What's up everyone, Will here, and I have compiled 12 different ways that you can save money on outdoor gear, be it hiking, camping, backpacking. That's right, 12 different ways to save money, sometimes save big. And that's what I want to share with you guys in this video. And those savings can start today. What do I mean by that? Well, let's get into it here. Number 1, annual seasonal sales. And that is a big one starting today. In fact, going from today at the time of this filming of this video throughout much of next week and even into Memorial Day, through Memorial Day coming up in just over a week, is a huge opportunity to save money, because a lot of the big outdoor retailers out there right now are throwing on big sale. The big one being REI. That's right, they are doing their biggest sale of the year starting today. This is their annual anniversary sale. They always start it about a week before Memorial Day, and then they push it through the whole week leading into Memorial Day weekend, and they conclude it on Memorial Day itself. It's a huge sale, guys. They are throwing things 25 to 30% off on a lot of items that are really good bargains for what those products are for this time of year. Not only is REI huge, everyone's trying to compete with them as well. So a lot of the other big time retailers and small business, cottage companies, and even your local, locally owned retailers, if you have any locally owned sporting goods shops, chances are they're running some sales too, because they're all trying to compete with that huge sale that REI is putting on. So not only do you have REI, but chances are you can go to backcountry.com, and they, in years past, have typically ran a big sale alongside REI, this big anniversary sale. You can go to nwild.com, you can go to Moose Jaw, even big hunting stores like Cabela's, Bass Pro Shops. Shields is another one. Locally, look at your local outdoor gear shops, as I mentioned. At least for me, locally, if you're here in Utah and around the Wasatch Front, as I know some of my followers are, you've got Al's Sporting Goods, Logan and Orem. You've got Recreation Outlet, which is in Ogden, Salt Lake, American Fork. You've got Out and Back in Orem here in Utah County. There's another store in Salt Lake City called Kirkham Outdoors. Chances are they are running some pretty big sales too. I know Al's always has stuff on sale, or seems to anyways. They've had some sales going with sleeping pads and stoves and pillows and flashlights, headlamps, a lot of things, like all spring, it seems, from what I've seen. So I've been able to take advantage of some things there. Point is, everyone, or almost everyone, not everyone, but almost everyone out there seems to be in on a huge sale this time of year, leading into Memorial Day. So take advantage now while you can. And then not only is Memorial Day season and the week leading into it a big deal for a lot of these outdoor companies to put things on sale and have these big sales, a lot of them, REI again being a big one, will do it again in the week leading up to Labor Day. So set your calendars for Labor Day. A lot of summer gear will go on clearance there, and just in general, a lot of these sellers will put stuff up on sale for another big sale to close out summer right there around Labor Day, the first part of September. And then, of course, there's your Black Friday, another annual sale. A lot of retailers, a lot of businesses, both local and abroad, are big into Black Friday sales. So yeah, annual sales, guys, but especially now, today. If you're looking to upgrade any kind of gear, or you're still trying to acquire your first set of gear and you want some good stuff, start shopping now if you've got the budget for it, because you're going to be able to save a lot of money over this next week with almost anywhere you go to buy some outdoor hiking and camping, backpacking type equipment and gear. Both clothing, shoes, and actual gear and equipment. So it's on, guys. Yeah. Number 2, first time purchase discounts. A lot of retailers out there and a lot of gear brands and manufacturers, you go on their website, they'll actually offer a discount on a first time purchase. So those usually apply to regular priced items where you can take anywhere from like 10 to 15% off, and they'll usually give you like a coupon code, or they'll just automatically apply that discount with your first purchase when you set up an account with them. So some of these companies that I know of offhand are backcountry.com, sea2summit.com. So that's just something to look for when you go onto any of these big retailer sites and even some of these cottage brands. Number 3, building off that first time purchase discount or first time purchase code is just discount codes or coupon codes in general. Throughout the year, a lot of these retailers, online businesses will promote special sales with a coupon. REI does that periodically. If you're an REI member, periodically throughout the year, they'll throw out a 20% off or 10% off coupon code that you can apply not only to regular priced items on newer stuff in their normal site. They also have a closeout site called the REI outlet that you can, they'll often give coupon codes for that will take additional savings on. And we'll talk about the outlet.com later on down the list here. So just, yeah, look for those. Just if you often to stay up to date with a lot of these coupon codes, you have to give them your email, a lot of these websites, and or sign up for an account, create a membership. And that leads me to my next item. Number 4 is loyalty rewards and memberships and accounts. Whatever it is that the retailer or the brand sets up for you, often by joining an email list or creating a membership like REI offers with their membership program. I know LL Bean does something else comparable. So a lot of these retailers, yeah, you can sign up to be a member. Sometimes there's a small fee involved, like with REI. There's I believe it's a $20 membership fee, one-time lifetime membership fee with them. And what that does is that sets you up for, the way their program works is you get a 10%, they call it a dividend. It's basically 10% cash back for any regular price purchase that you make with them throughout the year. And then the following year, usually about February or so, the following winter, they'll issue out that total dividend or cash back amount back to you. So great program. Another thing with REI, again, I promise I'm not affiliated or sponsored by REI. I think they have some pretty good programs to take advantage of when it suits you. Moving on to number 5 on my list is to buy big or buy a lot when you're shopping online. Most websites, most retailers are going to give you free shipping for orders of $50 or more. It seems to be the general rule of thumb there. So if you don't want to pay for shipping, make sure you purchase the threshold that they give for doing free shipping on those websites. Moving on to number 6, merchant credit cards. Now, this is probably one that most people are going to frown upon, but hear me out here. Both REI, LL Bean, and even Amazon, they all offer rewards kickbacks for taking up one of their credit cards. A lot of other merchants and retailers out there do the same. So as an example, for REI, if you were to get their credit card, they'll give you an additional 5% cash back. So not only if you're an REI member are you going to get 10% back on regular purchases for most items. Some restrictions apply, of course, with them. They're going to give you an additional 5% back on those purchases with an REI credit card. They're also going to give you a $100 gift card with any purchase within 60 days. They constantly have that deal going on for those who apply for a card with them. LL Bean, looking them up, so 4% cash back. LL Bean purchases 2% cash back for purchases made at gas and restaurants, and then any purchase made through LL Bean with their card will get you free shipping on their website. Amazon, if you do their credit card, you just get 5% cash back on all of your Amazon purchases. So yeah, take it or leave it there. Number 7, closeout sites. So again, REI, recurring theme here, the REI outlet site. That is where you can go and buy items that are on closeouts, that are being discontinued, basically all those clearance items that have are being moved out for updated models and newer items, and just items that are discontinued for whatever reason and on their way out. So they're trying to get rid of that stock by steeply discounting prices on those items. Backcountry.com runs a similar site for their clearance items and discontinued items, and that is steepandcheap.com. I've been able to pick up a great youth pack from the REI outlet. I've picked up my Thermarest X Lite from Steep and Cheap for a very good deal when Thermarest put out their newer updated model with the X-Wing valve on it. So my Thermarest has the previous valve on it, and I'm fine with that. It was a great deal to get that previous version. All right, moving on. Number 8. Gotta throw this in there. Online giants. And by that I mean your huge online sites. Amazon being the big one. Lots of gear, both high-end name brand gear available through Amazon. Usually retail or slightly under retail prices there. But there's, as most people know, a lot of budget brand gear there. A lot of it made overseas, but it is what it is. If you're on a small budget and you're just starting out and you really don't have the budget for any big high-end, higher quality gear, or if you just don't go out that much and it's not worth it to you to spend a lot of money for stuff that you're only using once or twice a year, a couple times a year, Amazon's a great place to go for a smaller budget gear, and sometimes you get in the mix of all that low budget stuff, sometimes you do get a really great product that is very, very affordable for small budgets. I'm also going to throw in eBay under this category. eBay's another great site to check out for both used and new gear. AliExpress, well, that's the Chinese version of like eBay or Amazon. A lot of people out there have gotten some pretty good looking gear through AliExpress. Usually there's a longer shipping because it ships from China with most of that stuff. So just beware of that. It could be 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 weeks before you see the product that you order there. So if you're not in a hurry, but you want to check them out, that's something that I know people have bought items from for really great affordable prices for some pretty good looking gear. Related to the big online giants, there's the big box retail giants that I've slotted in number 9 here. And the big one there that I'm sure everyone knows of is Walmart. Yeah, you can go to Walmart, look through their sporting goods section there, and they have some outdoor equipment, a little bit of backpacking gear, and a lot of camping gear, and so on and so forth. And Walmart is really well known for low prices. They're always, most everything there is a little bit under retail, and then of course they've got their own brands of items there. And yeah, so one thing that I know is a really good buy at Walmart is the Sawyer Squeeze filter kit for $29. I've seen the same kit retail for $49 elsewhere. Walmart sells it for $29. You can get it on Amazon for the same price, but if you're in a hurry and you have a Walmart close by and it has an outdoor section, chances are if you're in the market for a Sawyer Squeeze, you can walk into your local Walmart and pick one up back in their outdoor section. They also sell some Mountain House food meals and just pretty good selection of camping and some good items for backpacking as well. So yeah, so that's just Walmart is just a big example of the big box stores that you can check into for stuff. Number 10, I am going to move on from that and add in wholesale clubs. Big ones being like Costco and Sam's Club. About every year, just after Christmas or just after winter, as you roll into spring, they roll out all of their summer outdoor products, and a lot of that happens to be camping and even some hiking and backpacking equipment. Some big things that I have been able to pick up at Costco at really great deals over the years are the Cascade Mountain Tech trekking poles that they seem to put out every year in the spring. Last few years at all of my local Costco's, they've been putting out 2 packs of bear spray, the UDAP brand bear spray, 2 packs for about the price of a single can. So about $40 for 2 cans of bear spray. So that's awesome because you get one to practice with. Definitely be careful with how you practice with it, but if you need to get comfortable with how to spray it one, that is something that some people recommend, and then you could have one left over that's full that you can take out with you for actual backcountry use if needed. Hopefully it's never needed, but you never know. Let's see here. Number 11, second hand or used items. Lots of places you can check for used gear. The REI garage sale site. So that's actually where you can pick up steeply discounted items at a local garage sale at a local store. You can go to yard sales and garage sales. Now, I don't often see a lot of outdoor camping, hiking, backpacking gear at yard and garage sales, but you never know, especially if you live in like an outdoor community. I can think of like Moab or Park City here in Utah. Any of these towns that are outside big recreational areas, or towns that lie outside national parks. If you happen to be a resident in or around one of those areas, you never know. You might be able to find some cool things that are useful at any local yard garage sales. So it's worth a look. Thrift stores, again, same types of communities. Chances are higher that you might find some pretty nice outdoor items that you might be able to make use of at your local Goodwill store, or here in Utah, a big chain of thrift stores called Deseret Industries. So you never know. Then you've got, for me, that I've been able to take advantage of, especially last year, is Facebook groups. There's a huge group on Facebook called Backpacking Flea Market. There's also all your local used gear, like yard sale groups that a lot of communities have as well. And but definitely the Backpacking Flea Market group on Facebook, that's a huge one. You can go and browse through listings that people are constantly putting up gear for sale, or you can even put an in search of post up if there's a particular item or type of item you're searching for. I was able to actually purchase a 2016 version of the REI Quarter Dome that had only been used on one trip, so it was like new, and I got a killer deal for it, and it's the lightest weight quarter dome that REI has ever made that I've been using for all of my desert trips since I got it last spring. I also got a brand new REI Magma 30 that went unused, that was posted up in that group, and they steeply discounted it, so that was awesome. And I've been using that bag pretty much on every trip since getting that last spring as well. And then this Mammut down jacket, I just happened to find this listed in a local Facebook ad from somebody local in the next town over. They'd only used this once on a trip, so again, this was like new. This retails for $300. It's a Mammut Broad Peak hooded down jacket. Yeah, 800 plus fill power. And yeah, I was able to get a hooded puffy jacket for $100. So for an 800 fill power jacket that has a hood on it, that's really good for $100 for a name brand like Mammut. And then of course, you can look at local classifieds too, depending on where you're at. Here in Utah, we're lucky to have a big classified sales site through a local media broadcast company called KSL, so it's known as KSL Classifieds. You can post anything on there: jobs, cars, homes, and any kind of product, any kind of household good. So a lot of people do sell a lot of their outdoor gear on there that they're no longer using. Craigslist, everyone's got access to Craigslist. That's another like national yet locally tailored classified type website. It's got an interesting reputation, but you just never know. It might be worth looking at your local Craigslist listings and see what you might find there. So number 12, the final way to save money on gear is to make it yourself. DIY, guys. MYOG. Do it yourself. Make your own gear. Some great examples of that are like alcohol stoves and windscreens to go with those. You can make your own form of like sit back chairs, which I have done myself. You can make your own hammocks. Those can be go from being pretty simple to make to pretty complex. I myself did my own version of a switchback hammock. And then I've seen plenty of people out there make their own quilts. They make their own backpacks, and even some people have sewn together their own tents amazingly. So there's some wonderful websites out there that sell material and that cater to DIY projects. Big one being Ripstop by the Roll. And then there's also another one called DIY Gear Supply. And then yet again, you can go to Dutchware Gear, especially for hammock oriented or hammock specific items to outfit your own kit and create some of your own gear with. And You know, I've made my own Dyneema roll top bags for my backpacking system that I've been using. So yeah, you can take advantage of that, and it's fun to do too. If you have a sewing machine, you can do a lot of great things if you know how to sew or are willing to learn how to sew, teach yourself how to sew. Go to YouTube. You can learn almost everything imaginable through YouTube. Someone usually has a video out there that is going to teach you something. So you can learn how to sew on YouTube, and a lot of people have demonstrations of how they've made a lot of pieces of their gear that they've made for themselves on YouTube. A lot of tutorials out there. It's worth looking at if that sounds appealing to you. So anyhow, guys, that's it. 12 ways to save money. Probably not all the ways there is too. So if you guys have any other ways that you save money on gear, be sure to leave a comment down below and add to the list here. So that's all I've got for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope that was helpful to you guys that watched it, and if it was, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and invite you to subscribe if you haven't. You know the drill. So in the meantime, guys, happy hiking. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.